of a honeybee. I am Coco Mel. Today's topic, I want to reach back to one of my first videos. I guess this is still one of my first videos, but when I was talking about losing my brother, which jumped off a lot of things in a big way. Okay, so I want to go back to what I was saying about that day that we went to go view his body. I gotta find another setup while I'm on my way to work. But so we all went to go view his body. It's about 3 or 4 days. I take that back. It's about 2 days, 1 or 2 days after he had gotten killed. And it was just a deep sadness and a silence throughout the whole ride. And like his wife, she was hysterical. She couldn't stop crying. She was shaking. And for me, I just was trying to wrap my head around the fact that he was really gone. And I didn't really know what to expect going to go see his body. I had already seen his body when everything first happened. It was cold outside and he was laying in the snow. And that was haunting me already. So viewing his body, I didn't know really what was going to happen, especially because they already warned us there was going to be, they said don't uncover him because, you know, he's got stitches. They did an autopsy. He's got stitches across his chest and his skull. Like, you know, they do the... Anyway, so as soon as I walked in the room, I just started crying uncontrollably. And I might start crying now because I don't really go back to that time because I feel like I'm semi over that. But so I walk in the room and everybody takes their seat. It's kind of like an altar type situation. They have him on the metal table. I guess I should put a warning in the beginning of this that it might be triggering or sensitive information. But they had him laying on the table, and you know, they let us know the things that we should expect and not to do this and that. But of course, his wife, you know, this was the last time she was really going to see him besides his funeral, and she just wanted to spend a little time with him. And I was supposed to walk up there too, but I could not, y'all. I couldn't. It's like a part of me was not okay knowing that this was him, you know. And I was just crying, and I couldn't stop crying. I was crying so hard, I just fell over in my seat. I was sitting on a little bench, like the pew or whatever, and I ended up, I leaned over and fell, but I was sitting next to someone, my brother's brother-in-law, and I just fell over and he was right there, so I landed like in his lap, and he wrapped his arm around me, and I'm just crying so uncontrollably. Like, it was just such a deep hurt. And in my mind, I was just thinking, like, I'm going to die. Like, right here, I'm going to die. That's how I really felt. And out of nowhere, I hear my brother's voice. And he calls me by my nickname. And I'm like, you know, my mind is playing tricks on me because that's his voice. You know, I hear his voice. But I can't hear it verbally. It's like I can't explain how I was hearing it because it didn't seem like it was coming out of my head or anything like that, like an inside voice. It was audio, but not, like no one else could hear it. I can't explain how I heard his voice. The only thing that I could think of now that I have more context is that it was a telepathic voice that I heard. I don't know. But I heard his voice, and he kept telling me, he was like, he called my name twice or 3 times. And I'm just crying because I'm ignoring this. I'm like, this is weird. It just makes me feel even sadder because now I'm hearing his voice in my head. And then he said, the voice said, if you're crying, you can't hear me. You have to stop crying so that you can hear me. And then I immediately understood that I was not making this up. I'm really hearing his voice. And then all of a sudden, like, this cloudiness went away and I could hear him clearly. And it's like he had my attention now. So he sat down on this white table. It was like I don't know how to explain this image. I don't know. I can't say that it's an image. And it's not in my head. It was almost like, it was like being presented to me. I don't know how to explain it. I still to this day don't know how to explain this situation, like how I perceive the situation or whatever. But anyway, he popped up and he was sitting down, almost like a call, like he was able to make a call home or something like that. And so he sat down in this on this white. It was this white, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like some kind of a bench, but everything was white. It was like if you cracked open a very shiny all white marble, had it's almost like transparent, but not. I don't know how to explain the white. It was just it was luminous. It was this luminous white. And he sat down on a bench. First he did this little dance. My brother was very animated and goofy. He did a little dance. And before he passed away, before he left us, he had gray peppered hair and it was short, right? But in this, I'm just going to call it a vision. In this vision, it doesn't even feel right calling it a vision because that implies that I was making it up or something like that. That doesn't feel right. I still haven't to this day figured out a way to explain this visit. I'll call it a visit. Okay, so during this visit, his hair was long. He was dressed the way that he would have dressed in his favorite colors, wearing something that he would have or probably already had worn. He was dancing around, not hurt at all, and he was making jokes. Like, one of the jokes that he made was, because he's with me, we're communicating, and then he looks over as if he's looking over in my terms, looking towards his wife, saying, look at her. Who is she over there talking to? I forgot exactly how he worded it, or let me take that back. I didn't forget. He said a word that I'm not going to say on here. He said, who is this talking to? And then he started laughing because he was just joking. And he started doing his little dance or whatever, like his little leprechaun or Irish dance that he used to do. And he sat down and he got serious with me. Not serious, but he just said like, because he must have understood how much pain I was in. Because he took a moment to tell me that, I'm sorry, y'all, give me a second. Because one of the things that bothered me the most is that he had gotten killed in an area where there was so many people out, and it was in the broad daylight. It didn't happen in the darkness or anything. And it was out, and then, okay, so I was wondering about that. Like, they said, there was rumors that he had gotten killed by somebody that we knew, right? Somebody that he had crossed paths with before, and they were jealous of him. And I was just wondering, like, I was asking, like, who did this to you? And he said that if I found out, what was it going to change? That's what he asked me. He said, if I tell you, what is it going to change? Is it going to make me come back? Is it going to make you feel better? Is it going to stop, like, what is it going to change? Is it going to stop you from feeling the pain that you feel? And I'm just answering like, no, it's not. But it will, you know, and I'm steadily trying to go into that. Like, it'll help me know who did this to you. And he basically just said that he wasn't going to tell me because there was no reason to know. And if it was meant for me to know, that it would come out. And after that, I stopped looking. I didn't stop being mad about it, but I stopped looking for who might have done that, because those questions to me seemed like they were my way. They were his way of giving me the gift of not worrying about that part. I did get paranoid about it from that point, though. But okay, so the rest of this visit, after that, he just was telling me that he explained to me that he wasn't hurt. He had a choice. This is what he told me. He had a choice to come back, and he decided not to. Even though in the you know, with the autopsy, they said that he got shot 3 times, and they said each of those were equivalent to a fatal shot. So it would have only taken one of the shots to have taken him out. But the way he explained it was that he could have come back from that. He was given a choice, and he chose not to, which I understand.